The town of Ruidoso lies in the rugged Sierra Blanca mountain range of southeastern New Mexico. It's a year-round vacation destination, but when Hurricane Dolly drops an unprecedented amount of rain, local resident Jim Miller is caught by surprise.
The weather here in Ruidoso is usually really nice. I mean, it's calm and it's usually pretty mild. We knew a storm was coming in from the news, but we had no idea it was going to be this big or drop that much rain.
The Rio Ruidoso River that runs through town holds snow runoff from the nearby 12,500-foot Sierra Blanca mountain range. But with the hurricane's extreme rainfall, the local river is quickly transformed into a ferocious beast. The result is pandemonium.
Usually this creek is only at about a foot high, and it had gone 14 feet above its flood level, which was over most of the bridges and just about all the infrastructure in Ruidoso.
Miller rushes toward downtown.
When I first got into town, we were completely shocked because you couldn't even really tell where a lot of the roads were because they had just been flooded by the river. And so the areas you had to stand on the bank were completely different from where you'd usually have to stand to see the river.
God.
The town is almost completely submerged by the torrential downpour.
14 feet above flood level in Ruidoso is a really bad thing because the river runs right through town, right by a lot of houses that are just right on the banks of the river. It dumped so much rain so fast that the ground just didn't have time to absorb any of it. It all just came rolling down the hills and all met right in the middle of town in Rio Ruidoso.
A mobile home park takes the brunt of the floodwaters. Residents are sent fleeing to higher ground. Nearly all the homes are destroyed.
There were entire trailers that were coming off of their foundations, and cars just breaking loose and going rolling down the river. Looking around, I just couldn't believe the waters had gotten this high. People were losing their homes, and it was horrible.
Miller watches helplessly as residents' homes float away.
Even though the rain was starting to let up, the water level continued to rise from all the water coming down the mountain. Police and firefighting services kind of had their hands full just trying to keep people away from the water's edge. People were trying to get close to take pictures.
Hey, can y'all stand back a little bit?
Ruidoso Police Chief Wolfgang Born has his hands full. His small department is overwhelmed with the destruction caused by the downpour.
We had to call in the National Guard, Army Reserves, and every agency that was available from the state.
For some, the situation is desperate. A family is stuck on the roof of their home. The floodwaters are quickly eroding the foundation. Rescuers work quickly to hoist the family to safety.
Tie off all three!
The worst flooding in 40 years causes $20 million in damage, destroying over 100 homes.
Ruidoso was not prepared for the massive flooding. This was very unexpected. Since the flood, we have built up the riverbanks with cement, colored cement. All the bridges, 9 bridges that had to be replaced, are heavily steeled and cemented. So just in case that would happen again, they would still be there, so people can get across. Since this flood, this town has become a lot stronger, and if this ever should happen again, we'd be more prepared.